So I drew little flowers. I did the drawing mostly just so I would have a guideline where to cut. It's just easier that way. And okay, on the smaller ones this might not work, so maybe I'll use that one thing I peeled off if it stays intact enough. Yeah, I might have to do it that way because I don't know. That looks more like a star than a flower. Yeah, those two I don't think they'll work. That one looks like a star, so I might put it with this one or something. Not sure. I might make it dangle from the hanger or something. Don't know yet. And yeah, I'm not liking this after all. I just want to find a way to... I don't know what to do with this. So, yeah, okay, that is a fail. But I might be able to use those on something else. And then I made a bigger one that I might use on there. I might make it white and cut it and see if it works better on this one. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so the idea is that I will cut a little center. Okay, so I wrote the word simple, but my S got messed up, so what I did is I wrote it on a piece of cardboard, and just now I put a little bit of Neocolor 2s on it just to make it a better color. So yeah, I used a pink and a white, and it didn't really work that well. I wish I had my jelly roll, my white jelly roll, but it ran out. I'm gonna try putting some more white. I guess it's not too bad. Yeah, that's better. It's good enough. Okay, and I'm just gonna trace the word again with a black pen to bring it out again, but I'm gonna let it dry for a second. Okay, so I glued that on there. And I'm calling this one done. So I kind of like... I just love that fabric. There's that one. And on this one I wrote, take a moment to appreciate the beauty around you. And I'm going to pop dot that right there. And this little piece right here that I just cut. Or maybe even right there. I only had the one sheet of this paper. I love it, it's beautiful. If I had more, I would cut more and put them like raised up. But I don't, so. Actually, maybe I want it like that. Okay, so I put that one on there. I changed my mind about this little piece, but now it's unbalanced. It needs something else somewhere, so I'm not sure what I'm gonna do next. Okay, I drew a small butterfly on a piece of cardboard, cut it out, and now I'm going to cover it with this piece of napkin that I think will work with this paper because it's similar colors, and I will glue it right there. It's going to come off the edge just a little bit, but I think that's okay. And then I will call this one complete. When it's dry, I might go in with a black pen to do the body or something. And I might add glossy accents to it. I haven't decided yet. Because the other elements on here are shiny. Yeah, I think I like that. Oops. Wow, that's amazing. So I just made this little star, piece of cardboard, drew it, and then colored it in with a Sharpie, a silver Sharpie marker, and I'm going to glue it right here. And if I can get it to go, it's amazing how perfectly it fits on one of the white stars. And so I did the same thing with these two pieces. This is that piece that was going to be a flower earlier, and I had paired it with this temporarily, but it turns out that it works here, and then I just said create, and yeah, silver and black Sharpie, red Sharpie, and then I'm going to glue this there, and then this one will be completed. The back just looks like that, and I'm just going to leave it. Okay, so I made the edges of this one with this tape. And so yeah, it's not the prettiest, I guess, but I wanted a black border and I didn't really know how else to achieve that. And just now I made this little thing to imitate a button, and I did it this way. I just put a piece of this tape on a piece of cardboard and did like this. Gonna make a smaller one this time. Just a tiny bit smaller. And then I used these scissors to make two little holes. And I'm debating whether or not to put a piece of thread through these two. I think I might. This is a very, very old pin cushion that my mom had, and I ended up with it, and I think it's really cool. It's a tomato, I guess. Probably pointless because the hole's probably too big, but that'll be good enough. Forgot to make a new knot, but like I just said, it's going to be glued, so it's okay. So that one that way maybe. I think I need one more something. I think I'm gonna put a black bead right there. Okay, so here's where I'm at. I finished this one. So I don't remember if I had shown you this finished, but there it is. There's my shabby chic finished one, and this one, I don't know if it actually works as shabby chic style, but at least I made everything. I didn't use any punches or stencils or anything like that, and I sandwiched the hanger between, and so this one should not have failed the challenge. And it was kind of funny because when I turned it around, I saw that this bead had accidentally ended up being glued right there, and I like it, so I left it. So there's that one. And then this one is not finished. I'm not sure where to go from here, but this is the paper one. And this is going to be the modeling paste, and I'm going to do that now. It's kind of like frosting a cake. I'm going to do only one side because I want to write on the back. If a little bit gets on the back, it's okay. But doing this also seals the edges, finishes the edges, I guess. Should have done the edges and then the surface so that I could hold it like that. But anyway, I managed. Good enough. That part right there is refusing to fill up. There we go. Got it. I don't know if this breaks the rules of the challenge or not, but I'm going to use this. I don't remember what it came from. It was a roll of something. Yeah, I don't remember what it came from, but anyway, I'm going to use this to make some designs in here. Just like that. Maybe. Yeah. And I'm gonna let that dry just like that. I'm kind of stuck on this star too. I'm not really sure where to go from here. And I think I'm going to just put some bling around this. So I'm just gonna use, yeah, I think I like that. So I'm just going to use some glossy accents to glue that onto. Oh wow. I'm always surprised when it comes out without having to unclog it. This one's pretty close to being empty. Okay, I'm gonna leave that to dry. So I found these neat star beads. And I'm going to put them on this star with some invisible thread. I love this stuff. Okay, that should be enough of it. It's not the easiest stuff to work with, but I love that you can put stuff on it and you don't necessarily see right away how it's hanging there. And it's strong. This is how this looks with that on. I left this on in case I find something else to string on there. And once I've decided that I've got what I want on there, I will trim it. But that's that so far. Okay, so I finally put the, what do you call that? So the stand, so that the frame will stand up. So I put one so that it can go like that, and one so that it can go like that. So basically I just cut a piece of cardboard and taped it on. I taped it on both sides, and I did the same with that one, and so there you go. So yeah, I mean, so the back is not very pretty, but there you go. So my frame is completed. I still don't know what I'm going to put inside the frame yet, but we'll see. This is dry, and I'm really liking that bling. I'm glad that I have it. But I still haven't decided what else to do with this. I'm thinking of trying to come up with a word to put in there or something, and I don't know what I'm going to use for the hanger yet. And I haven't made any progress on this one yet, and this one's dry, but as you can see I haven't done anything else with it yet. And so there you go. Okay, so I've decided to paint this, and my idea is to do that part in copper and then around it in silver. And it's okay if the copper gets in a little bit. Yeah, it's okay if the colors mix a little bit where they shouldn't really be. For this, I think. Again, I should have done the sides first so that I could hold it like that. But oh well. Okay, I'm gonna let that dry. And my plan is to put something like I'll find something like a flat backed gem or something to put in there. I just stuck my finger in the cap. It's already mostly dry. Okay, so I found these flat-backed gem things, and I'm going to just glue those on with glossy accents as soon as it lets me. Wow, this time I can barely even put my thing in to clear the obstruction. Okay, now while I was looking for those, I found a few other things. So I found some confetti stars, and I'm going to glue them on, as you see there. Okay, now, I like that. I'm wondering if I want to leave it just like that, or if I want to add this button that I found right there. Is that too much, do you think? I think I'm gonna do it. So I'm going to hopefully not regret this. I'm going to make a hole so that I can poke that through. Oh wow, it's big. Oh, but it worked. Yeah, I think I like it. So I'm going to put some glossy accents to hold it, to make it, yeah, to help hold it. And I'm gonna let that dry. But now I know that this can be cut. And I'm thinking of sticking one of those in the middle of this too. Just like that. I think I'm gonna do it. If I can. Yep. Yeah, I think I like that. Okay, so let that dry. And I think I'm going to glue this other piece of confetti star right there. Just because it's there and it'll cover the hole. If I can get the glue to come out. Or the really sure what these are. They're not really a glue, I guess, but anyway. I have a new bottle of that, but I don't want to get into the new bottle before this one's empty. Okay. It was probably a mistake to glue that on before the front was dry, but actually yeah, I can do that. Okay, oops. Gonna let that dry, and what do I want to do on the side of this? Just leave it? This doesn't feel finished, but I don't know what to add to it. So once I figure that out, I'll be back. I want to do more to this, so I'm using some jet black stays on ink, and I'm just gonna do this. Oh yeah, that's better already. This is just a Q-tip. Yeah, that brings out the texture and makes it more interesting. There we go. It feels more finished now. And while I have this out, I think I'm going to do that just to the edges on this. Or not, because it's not really doing anything. Okay, we'll figure something else for that. Now, this one, I still don't know what I'm going to do with this paper one. Victor used a nice piece of, I think it's wallpaper that it's embossed, but he said like the challenge is that you're not supposed to use like a big shot, or you're not supposed to use a special machine or punch or whatever. So I'm trying to figure out how I can emboss it, how I can emboss a piece of paper without using a machine or a thing, a tool. And so I got this. This is sort of embossed paper, but it doesn't really work on this side. I might put them there and then put a little thing that puts the date and stuff on there. Probably. But yeah, I'm not sure yet. So, but I think I'm going to say this one is done now. So that's the modeling paste one. And I think that this is dry enough to do something more to it, but I don't know what to do to it. So, like, I like it just like that, but I need like a hook, and I'm going to put something here on the back so that I can write the date and such on the back of this one too. Okay, so I've decided that I'm going to put these beads. I'm gluing them on, and they want to stick to me instead of to the star, so it's rather frustrating. And I need 2 wide to cover it. And my glue is running out, so that's not making it any easier either. I mean my glossy accents, not my glue. Oh, for goodness sake, stop sticking to me! Anyway, you get the idea. Okay, it's drying. I'll show you better later, but I'm glad I did it. I like the way it looks, but my goodness, it was frustrating and took a while and stuff, and this is kind of freaking me out a little. My hands are full of the glossy accents, and yeah, it's kind of triggering my weird thing here. So I'm gonna go deal with that, and yeah. Okay, I have a plan. Victor was using a glue gun to make his projects, and so I'm assuming that it's okay to do that. And here's my plan. I'm going to make some kind of swirly doodad or something with my glue, and then I'm going to stick a paper napkin over it, and that'll be my embossed paper like thing. Of course, it'll help if the glue is actually hot enough. Have to wait for it. Almost. Okay, here we go. Just making it thicker. And that probably was a mistake. Okay, it's probably already dry. Yeah, it is. So I can't really just, I'm going to have to use the other kind of glue to stick this on with. But that's okay. Wonder if that piece is big enough. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so don't know if you can really see it, but it's not a fancy design. But this is just the white glue with some water in it, trying to get inside the nooks and crannies. Okay, it's my opinion that this is kind of cool, even if it is kind of making a mess. Just to make it stronger. And then using this paper napkin this way also means that I don't really have to do any coloring to it, because it already did. Okay, I'm gonna let that dry. I probably will like go over it with StazOn in black or something, just on the raised areas, just to bring it out. But anyway, I'm gonna let that dry for now. And okay, I have this figured out too. I just used same as this, some bling to tie it with, and I like it. I'm just going to put 2 or 3 of them together with the glossy accents, and hopefully I won't get too full of glue again. That did come off with less fuss than I expected it to, but still. I would prefer to avoid it. Maybe I can do this. There we go. So I'm just gonna let that dry. And okay, so here's where we're at. This is dry, and I declare it completed. Yeah, the back just has The date, not really anything too impressive, but anyway, so I finally managed to get these beads on there. Instead of sticking to me, I got them to stick to this. So I like it. Whenever I say that I like something I've made, I feel like I'm being arrogant or something like that. It is not my intention. It's just, sometimes I actually like what I make. So, so anyway, so that's that one. Completed. And this one, I like it. Oh, I don't remember if I showed you. Yeah, I guess I did. I put this on so that it would dry. Yeah, it worked. So yeah, there you go. It needs something, but I'm not sure what, like a word or something in black, or yeah. And on the back I just did the date and my name. It needs something, but I don't know what. But I am liking it so far. And this one, I'm just going to do the inking. I think I'm going to use this. Maybe I'll use the other end of it, because this one's... it might work. Okay, so you get the idea. You don't have to watch me do the whole thing. I don't think it would be boring. So I'm just going to do this to the raised edges, and I'll be back. Okay, and I think that I've decided that I'm going to do this kind of thing on the... I'm just going to run a bead of glue on the sides to sort of mimic this. Maybe I can try to make it fancy-ish. Okay, so I'm gonna give that a minute or two to dry. And I'm just gonna write the date and my name on this to put on the back. I can't show you the back yet because it's still cooling. So on the back, I just put those two pieces of the scrapbooking paper that I had put on, that I had cut. You can, if I do that, can you tell that it's got some shiny embossed bits? Anyway, and I'm just going to glue this right there. And so this one will be completed. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to ink the sides or leave it just like that. Okay, it's kind of hard to see, but I'm probably going to leave it. You can't, it's hard to read it. But like I said, I'm probably just going to leave it, and yeah, that has to dry. I think I'm going to write "Beauty Surrounds Us" around here in black. Hopefully I won't regret this. I think it's okay, but I don't know. Still missing something, or that needs to be done better or something. Okay, so this bottle is officially empty. I can't get any more out to come out. So here's the new one breaking in. Oh, cool. Okay, so I've decided that I'm just simply going to glossy accent this and then call it finished. It'll be simple, but it should be pretty. if it has a few bubbles in it. I kind of like that for this one anyway, for this project. So I'm just going to leave them. So yeah, I'm going to let that dry. I think I'm going to put these flowers. I just cut some flowers, just flower shapes out of this piece of scrapbooking paper, and I think I'm going to glue them on there. I'm using the glossy accents mostly because that's what I have out, and because it might work better with the different surfaces and the rough surface and stuff. And I'm going to find something to put in the centers. This one's just not working. I'm just not liking this one. But now that that's closer to being dry, you can read it a little bit better, so this one's not my favorite one. I think I will use beads. It does help. Okay, so here they all are finished. So my first attempt at the fabric one that failed because of the using the crocodile big bite, and then my second attempt, which I think passes and is closer to being in shabby chic style, and just an extra just because. And my first attempt at the modeling paste one and failed because of the crocodile big bite. And then my second attempt. I kind of like these two equally. And I forgot to say that in this one, I kind of like them equally as well. And I kind of like this one now that the glossy accents is dry, and it just seems more complete somehow. And so yeah, that's those two. And this was the Star Extra one, and I kind of like it. And this was my first attempt at the paper one, and it says take a moment to appreciate the beauty around you, and also failed because of the crocodile big bite for the hole. And then my second attempt, I'm not sure how I feel about that one. And then this extra one just because. Simple. Okay, so the backs mostly just have the date, and some of them have a little bit extra info, like the challenge and stuff like that, but mostly they just say the date and my name. And so there you go.